We've learned about Kafka's components, how messages flow, how replication ensures durability, but how does Kafka guarantee continuous operation even when servers fail? How does it decide who is in charge? Now we are diving into one of the most critical aspects of Kafka's fault tolerance, leader election. In Kafka 4.0's KRaft mode, the Kafka controller is the central orchestrator of all leadership decisions, making this an even more streamlined and robust process. Understanding leader election is fundamental to grasping Kafka's high availability, its resilience to failures, and how it recovers data seamlessly. Let's explore how Kafka decides who leads and who follows. In a distributed system like Kafka, having multiple copies of data, which are replicas, is great for durability, but to ensure consistency and order, you need a single point of authority for any given task or data segment. If multiple brokers could write to the same partition simultaneously, data could become corrupted or inconsistent. It's much simpler for clients, which are producers and consumers, to know they only need to talk to one designated node for a specific operation. A single leader ensures strict ordering of messages within a partition. This is why Kafka relies on the concept of a leader, but what happens if the leader fails? That's where leader election comes in. It's the process of selecting a new leader when the current one becomes unavailable. In Kafka 4.0's KRaft mode, the controller leader is the undisputed orchestrator of all leader elections across the entire Kafka cluster. It's the election commissioner and results certifier all rolled into one. The controller leader holds the definitive, up-to-date view of the entire cluster's metadata. This includes which brokers are alive, which topics and partitions exist, who the current leader is for every single partition. When a broker fails or gracefully shuts down, the controller leader is immediately aware of it via heartbeats or direct communication and initiates the necessary leader elections. The controller ensures that the Kafka cluster always has a leader for each component, maintaining high availability and data consistency. The first type of leader election is for the controller role itself. Even the brain needs a leader. So for Controller Quorum, as we discussed, a KRaft cluster typically has a small odd number of nodes, for example 3 or 5, designated as controllers. These nodes form a RAFT quorum. And now let's get to the RAFT election process. In the initial state, all controller eligible nodes start as followers. Each follower has a randomized election timeout. If a follower doesn't hear from a leader, either an existing leader's heartbeats or another candidate's vote request within this timeout, it assumes there's no active leader. The follower transitions into a candidate. It increments its term number, a monotonically increasing number for each election period, and votes for itself. The candidate then sends request vote messages to all other controllers in the quorum. Each controller will vote for the first valid candidate it hears from for that term, as long as the candidate's log is sufficiently up to date. The first candidate to receive votes from a majority of the controllers in the quorum becomes the new controller leader for that term. The new controller leader then sends regular heartbeat messages to all other controllers, which are now followers, to assert its leadership and keep the quorum synchronized. If no candidate achieves a majority, for example a split vote, the election times out and a new term begins with another election. Randomized timeouts help resolve this quickly. To give you an example, imagine a small committee of highly qualified individuals. These individuals form the controller quorum, who need to choose a chairperson. They vote, and the one with the majority vote becomes the chairperson, the controller leader for a specific period. This specific period is the term. If the chairperson steps down or becomes unresponsive, they quickly vote for a new one. The second and perhaps more frequent type of leader election is for partition leaders. This is directly about the availability of your data. Each topic partition has one leader broker that handles all producer writes and consumer reads for that specific partition. The other replicas are followers. The problem is that if a partition's leader broker fails, for example, maybe because of crashes or network partition, that partition becomes temporarily unavailable for writes and reads until a new leader is elected. Now let's come to the election process, which is orchestrated by the controller leader. The controller leader continuously monitors the health of all brokers via heartbeats and the status of all partition replicas, leaders as well as followers. It quickly detects when a partition leader becomes unavailable. The controller leader immediately looks at the list of in-sync replicas for that specific partition. Remember, ISRs are those followers that are truly caught up with the former leader and are healthy. We have talked about fully caught up as well as healthy in our earlier lecture. Next, the controller leader selects a new leader for that partition only from the remaining ISRs. It prioritizes the one that is most caught up or earliest in the replica list if multiple ISRs exist. This is the critical guarantee against data loss for committed messages. The controller leader updates its internal cluster metadata to reflect the new partition leader. It then efficiently notifies all other brokers in the cluster about this change. And finally, Kafka clients like producers and consumers periodically fetch metadata from any available broker. They learn about the new leader and automatically redirect their traffic to it. Let me give you an example. It's like a TV show. Each episode is like a partition and has a director. Director is the leader. If the director gets sick, the studio executive is the controller leader, immediately picks one of the assistant directors. There are multiple assistant directors. They are all like ISRs who know exactly where the director left off to take over, ensuring no scenes are lost. So consider scenes as messages, so they will ensure no messages are lost. They don't pick an assistant who has been absent, an out-of-sync replica. So now let's revisit the importance of ISRs in leader election. We touched on this before, but it's worth re-emphasizing. Only in-sync replicas are eligible to become new partition leaders. This strict rule is how Kafka provides its strong guarantee. If a message is committed, meaning ACKs equals all, and it's replicated to all ISRs, it will not be lost if the leader fails, because the new leader will come from a replica that also has that committed message. This ensures data consistency and durability during failovers. You now have a deep and nuanced understanding of how Kafka handles leadership and maintains high availability. Your Kafka 4.0 cluster is running fine, and your knowledge of its internal mechanics is exceptional.